As husband and wife, having you here to share this makes it even more special. It really does. And it's really, really very nice to see her. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because you gotta live for the moment, and tonight, we're gonna live for the moment.
Nobody told me.
We have some loved ones in our life that we grew up with.
I gotta get closer.
You can't forget those
Supposed to
people,
mic something else.
because without them, we wouldn't be here today. There was many milestones we made with our grandparents, especially my father, and I just want to mention, we love them. I know they're not here right now, but they are here in spirit, and that's what it's all about. I mean, you guys all live for the moment, which is great, but you know, it's all about building a foundation. And you know, our grandparents that aren't here, I just want to welcome, and I'm sure they're up there proud of us. Tom and Lisa, the Whalen family. It is a beautiful thing. They really know how to make you feel great. You know, and I'm not going to say it's a new beginning, because we surround ourselves with happy and great people. But that being said, the Whalens are pretty amazing. You know, last year when we were talking about a wedding, I made a mistake. We were speaking and we were saying, well, you know, we're going to have a wedding. I'm like, it's not a big deal. Invite who you want. Well, that being said, we're jam-packed. So I have to say that it's not my fault you guys are sweating. You got to blame the Whalens, okay? Because we never had a wedding like this before. So obviously, thank you guys. On another note, Paige and Alex, they are one amazing couple. I mean, just watching them today is astonishing. They really connect. And watching them just the last several hours is really a testament, Alex, to your parents, because they have done an amazing job with you, and you are one amazing young man. What I admire about both of you is that you complement each other. You know, in a marriage, they say opposites attract. And those marriages normally last. And I have a successful marriage for 37 years. I still call her my bride. And I believe that you guys complement each other, and that there's going to be a lot of grandkids and a lot of happiness. And that's what it's all about. I just want to share a few things about Paige. I could be up here all night, and I'm sure that you guys don't want to hear me talk for like, you know, the next 20 minutes. I would like to, but I'm going to navigate through this as quickly as I can. There was a time in our life when we had, you know, 4 kids, and I wanted a third because I thought it was important that either my son or my daughter had a sibling. So Paige came along, and I want to just tell you a quick story about how that happened. My brother and I worked endlessly, 6 days a week, 16 hours a day, to build what we have today. And Mrs. T, the one and only Mary Ann, held down the fort. And her job was to make sure this woman was dedicated to make sure that her children grew up and she focused on them. That was her job, and my job was to go to work. So she said, there's no way I'm having another kid because I can't handle it. Well, LT doesn't take, no for an answer. So I had to figure out a way, because she wouldn't listen to me. So I rallied the troops, my 2 kids, and I said, listen, when I'm working, I want you guys to tell Mom you want a sister and a brother. So we did this for about 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. So then I also said, we had dinner every night. So every night after dinner, I pulled the kids. I said, listen, we're going to chant, and we're going to chant after we eat around the kitchen table. So I got the kids, and we chanted around the kitchen table, we want a baby, we want a baby, we want a baby. And here she is, the one and only Paige. So I'm going to navigate through, and at the end of the day right now, I'm going to talk a little bit about Alex and Paige. There's been many things in life. There was dancing, there was family vacations. One thing we also did was very special, because my brother and I did work long hours. We had Sunday day. Sunday day was for my children. And it was time that we spent focused, unconditional time, 8 to 10 hours every Sunday, and we bonded. We started out with breakfast, and then we always had a family day, and that's the time that we spent with our children, because all the other days I was working. And really what happened, not knowing that it really turned into, we have such a beautiful family, but that foundation meant something to them, and they never forgot it. So, that's why the beauty between Alex and seeing, Paige right now is really just an amazing thing. I want to also touch on Alex. When I found out that Alex was a hockey player, because we love hockey, and we've been around hockey all our life. So, Alex called me and said, Mr. Turco, I would like to take you out to lunch. Hey, this could be the big day. This is like, okay. So we end up meeting halfway, and he meets us. He was playing for the New York Rangers at the time, the Hartford Wolfpack, and we end up meeting halfway. And I went to the restaurant. I guess I must have oozed happiness, but they knew I was so excited. So Alex came, he sat down, and he was telling me his love for Paige. So I told him the story. I don't know how it came up, but I just told the story about Paige and chanting around the kitchen table, and he was listening, and he looked directly at me, and I told him the story. He hesitated. He put his head down. He looked at me and said, and he was so sincere. He said, thank you, Mr. Turco, because I would have never met Paige. I knew that this was my man right here. In any event, it's hot, and we want to move forward to, the next event in our life. So I just want to congratulate Paige, Alex. I love you guys dearly. You guys are amazing. I am certainly sure that we're going to have a lot of memories, with the Whalens. They're beautiful children, and we're going to have milestones, and we're going to just continue the journey that we basically are still on. So let's give a round. Let's raise our glasses. And let's toast to Mr. and Mrs. Whalen.
All right, everyone. Good evening. Can you hear me? Yes. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Brooke, Paige's older sister. And I'm honored to be standing here today alongside my sister-in-law, Sam. First, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to our wonderful parents and to Mr. and Mrs. Whalen for hosting us on this beautiful night to celebrate the marriage of Paige and Alex. Paige, you look absolutely stunning. As the youngest of the Turco family and the last one to get married at our father's golf course, definitely the most memorable. History, but this moment is especially meaningful for our parents and our family. So I want to start to talk a little bit about Paige and growing up. From a really young age, Paige was driven and motivated. Her maturity often made people think she was older than she actually was. Growing up with two older siblings, she took in everything that was going on around her. When Paige was a little girl, she always wanted to hang out with me and my friends, following us around, calling me Cookie, and doing everything the big girls did. Growing up, we called Paige the mayor because she made friends literally wherever she went, and she always voiced her opinions very confidently, even as a young child. Her little raspy voice, never holding anything back, was both adorable and impressive because more often than not, what she said was spot on. So, Paige and I had our fair shares of disagreements growing up, as sisters do. Our mom always used to say, when you get older, you're going to be so happy you have your sister. And sure enough, she was right. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for giving me not just a sister, but a best friend. For years, Paige looked up to me, and I don't know when this exactly pivoted, but I just have to say, I look up to you. Your style, your makeup, your full girl aesthetic, like everything about you. That's what I would like to be. Paige is literally the most loyal friend and sister you could ever have. In the midst of her final semester at CU, earning her master's in nursing and working as a nurse. My son Brody was born. A few weeks later, he had to be admitted to the Children's Emergency Hospital. I was a mess, just 5 weeks postpartum, and overwhelmed with worry. Despite her own exhausting schedule, Paige dropped everything to be there for me, my family, my husband, every day that he was admitted. She provided my husband and me with support and guidance, and her comforting presence was invaluable. No matter how tired she was or how much schoolwork she had, she was there as soon as visiting hours began and stayed the entire day into the night, helping us through that challenging time. We will never forget that. We love you so much, Paige. The first time we met Alex was at Paige's senior dance show. It was the final performance of her dance career and a monumental moment in her life. It was a special moment for Alex to witness because even though he had only been in Paige's life for the tail end of her dance journey, he understood how important it was to her. They are each other's biggest cheerleaders, Paige attending every Quinnipiac hockey game she could. Even now when the family is out to dinner, Paige has her phone out, streaming her games. They are truly each other's biggest fans. When Paige met Alex, there was an immediate and noticeable change in her. The way she talked about him, her face lighting up with the mere mention of his name, was truly something special. We had never seen Paige happier than she has been since Alex came into her life. Alex, we are so proud of all your accomplishments, and we couldn't be more excited to officially have you in our family tonight. Kind, supportive, and incredibly talented. We feel truly blessed that Paige had found such an amazing partner to share her life with. And we look forward to all the wonderful memories we'll create together in the years to come.
Yay!
So let's
know her. The first time I met Paige was she was in a car seat in the back of her mom's Lincoln. Sorry. And I remember turning around. Actually, Mrs. Turbo was driving us. I think we were in 7th grade. It was me and Lawrence, who. But I turned around in the minivan and I was like, whoa, she has a kid in a car seat in the minivan. This is weird. And Paige, I didn't know she was eventually going to be my sister-in-law. But a few years later, sorry, I'm a little nervous and also I drink a lot at me. So a few years later, hold on, what was I going to say? I was babysitting Paige. And it was my first time I had ever babysat a child. She's a little bit older than Taylor now. And Paige really missed her mom. She came over to me. She was like, I really miss my mom. And I was like, okay, she's on, kid. And I ran and got my red Nokia. And I was like, oh, my mom. It's like, Mom, this kid's crying. What do I do? And my mom was like, oh, I'm hungry, dumbass. So I literally hung up. I ran over and I picked up Paige with her arms like flat down. Her legs were like dangling like this. And I'll never forget it. And I was like, I like this kid. She's so nice. I was making her lunch, and I cut it up. I was like, how would I want my lunch? My mom didn't do this, and I was like, I definitely want it cut up in like shapes. So I cut it up in shapes, and actually in January, Paige was watching my kids, and I was like, damn, I hope she doesn't cut my kids shit up in shapes. I'm not doing it for them, because you're had to do it for a long time, right? Paige is also the godmother of one of my kids. Don't know which one. I don't know. I don't know what my kids are. One's there, the other one. It's unknown. But honestly, I love Paige. My kids love Alex. They were actually looking forward to Alex's wedding day all week. I got to and I'm just so happy for her. But she's my little sister. Super happy for Paige, super happy for Alex, and I will say my favorite memory with Paige is always having dance parties. We just had one a few weeks ago to, I believe I can fly. I won't say that. But my favorite dance party is in the kitchen at their house, and I think it was like Lindsay, Tori, Laura Michelle, and we danced in the kitchen for so long. We actually had a machine for clothes. We were like laying on the floor, the folds just sweating, pulled off a bit. So with that, I was actually going to quote, if you have a drink in your hand, Pink was our song that we jammed out to. So raise your glass.
Hello, everyone. Can people hear me in the back? This has been a night to remember. If you're having fun tonight, can I get a hell yeah? Thank you.
Coming away, say hell yeah.
Actually got in my head last night. He said, absolutely no jokes tomorrow. They never go over well. It's a quote. So you hear me pause, and it sounds like a joke to you.
Laugh.
Please laugh. Hi. Before I start popping Alex's tires, I would like to take this chance to thank the Whalen family, who will always receive me with open arms and help me shape into the man I am today. Alex, you're a great reflection of your family. You're a great friend, an even better son, and I know you will make an amazing husband. I can only hope that one day my daughter will marry someone like Alex. He's a true example of a man. Alex is possibly the nicest guy all of us collectively have ever met. Extremely competitive in all aspects of life. You'll always push me to be a better hockey player and a better man. This is Alex that we all know and love. But here's an Alex you might not know. there's not a single human standing in a Longman in college. Arguably the most popular athlete at Quinnipiac, he would throw on Dreams and Nightmares on the jukebox and start a rap battle with the only 6 black dudes in our school. Alex is the guy who has his friend's back and beats up the whole basketball team in the middle of a nightclub in New York. We would have parties at our house, and this man would stand up on a table in front of half the school and drop it so low, they just could not resist. Alex, you are the best friend I've ever had. We spent almost every second together in college. So much so that people believe that the two of us getting better. I am pumped to see you take this next step in life. And it's because I love the person you're doing it with. I have had the pleasure to be there for the start of your guys' journey, and I cannot think of 2 more compatible individuals to embark on this journey together. You complement each other so well, and most importantly, you guys never stop having fun. I will forever cherish the days of being your group wheel. I will crash your sushi dates, bachelor nights, and pretty much everything else you're doing in college. You guys gave me relationship advice that I eventually took. And for that, I will be forever grateful. Alex, you're a true brother to me. Even though I'm sad we don't get to spend as much time together as we used to, you now have a best friend for the rest of your life. Paige will always be by your side, will love you, and support you no matter how difficult life might feel at times. I love you both so much, and I cannot wait to see what the future has in store for you guys. You're so amazing newlyweds.